This is Planet Pulse with a special focus on Libra. I'm Jeff Jower.
And I'm Rick Levine, here to talk with you today about ostensibly the nicest sign of the Zodiac.
Well, in many ways, Libra is often the nicest sign of the Zodiac because Libra is halfway through the Zodiac and represents that point at which relationships and the notion of equality are the primary lessons that we're here to learn. And as a result of which, many Librans, not all of them obviously, but many Librans happen to be sociable people and therefore quite likable.
Yeah, often we find Librans involved in occupations that have them relating with other people, whether they be in some sort of service or psychotherapies or counselors or diplomats or hostesses or hosts. They like being in relationship with people. Remember, in astrology, every planet relates to a sign. Every sign relates to a planet. The planet that relates to Libra is Venus, and Venus is a nice planet. It's sweet, it's attractive, it has to do with desire, and so it's about connecting with other people.
Yeah, and Libra is also what we call an air sign. And air signs primarily operate out of the mind and are objective. So it is that capacity to be objective and see others as equal, which is also a desirable trait of Libra. There is, of course, a shadow to everything. And part of the shadow side of Libra can be passive-aggressive behavior, because if you have to be nice, you can never say you're upset. You have to hide your anger, or not being fair to oneself and not being honest with other people about what's going on inside to protect them from uncomfortable feelings can be one of the less desirable side effects of Libran energy.
I think that thing you said about reflection, about the Libra being, there takes two sides of the coin. It's the halfway sign of the Zodiac. The first sign is Aries. It's I, me, mine. And at Libra, it meets everything out there. And in some ways, Libra is like a mirror. And to that extent, with the emphasis on its key planet of Venus, Libra becomes one of the signs that is artistic in nature. Artistic because an artist actually reflects that which is perceived in a manner that then is aesthetically pleasing to others, whether it be through painting or music or writing. The idea of Libra, who may be also the interior decorator or remodeler, wants to make things nice, but in its artistic nature, it has to do with that reflective capability.
Absolutely, and sometimes keeping things beautiful gets in the way of having them be real.
Yes.
Another aspect of Libra, very traditional one in terms of critique, is indecisiveness. Libra, the scales, represents the principle of weighing and balancing, which at its best has to do with fairness and objectivity and justice. But at its worst, it can have to do with an inability to make or stick to a decision.
Yeah, and I think that sense of what we call indecisiveness, there's really an interesting shade of meaning here, because the indecisiveness may be the symptom, but the cause is actually ambivalence. And ambivalence doesn't mean you don't care. Ambivalent, a valent is a connection. A valence is where two atoms meet, where the valences are. And so an ambivalent or ambivalence is about being connected both here and there. And if I'm connected in two places really soundly, it's not like I don't care. It's like I care about both of them. And so that indecisiveness becomes the symptom of which movie do you want to go to? Well, I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's that both of them would be okay.
Right. And I think one of the great skills and the cure for that is cooperation, or Libra's ability to recognize not only that there are two sides to any question, there are two ways to do things. And being the facilitator, being the bridge builder, being the peacemaker is something too that Libra is about. Every time that we step out of ourselves to meet others halfway and recognize that their perspective or point of view may have equal validity to our own, we are building bridges that hopefully can make for a healthier and more harmonious culture. For Planet Pulse, I'm Jeff Jower.
And I'm Rick Levine.